Japanese toilets because the seats are always warm and it's really nice when it's cold outside. But when I first came to Japan, it was kind of difficult to use the toilet because there were so many buttons and I couldn't read what the buttons had said, so I didn't know how to flush the toilet, and so that was a little confusing for me.
Well, the first time I saw a Japanese toilet, I was really surprised. I didn't know what all these buttons were for and why they were there, because in America, our toilets don't have buttons. We just flush it and we're done. It was kind of hard to understand why they had those buttons. I didn't know, like, why are all these buttons here? I don't think they have a purpose or anything. But I really liked the seat warmers and the bidets on the Japanese toilets.
Warmlets. Warmlet seats were invented in Japan. In the 70s, Western toilets were introduced to Japan. But Japanese people felt that the toilet was cold, so they put socks on. This is the origin of warmlet. European people took it for granted that Western toilets were cold, so didn't have any idea of having warmlets. Therefore, when European people tried out the warmlet, they felt as if they were using the toilets right after someone else used it. Washlet. Same goes for washlets. In the past decade, food culture has changed a lot in Japan. Japanese people eat more meat than they ate before. That's why many of them are stressed by having poor digestion. Therefore, Toto took in washlets from the US and Europe, which used it as a medical equipment. Then, Toto changed it to a general household equipment. It was a big hit that 3 million products were sold in Japan until now. Recently, these products are being accepted overseas little by little. Otohime. Japanese women are embarrassed of being heard the sound they make while they are in the restroom. They flush more than once to cover the sound. So otohime was made to save water. Unlike American people, Japanese people tend to prefer scent-free air rather than having one smell overlapping another. For example, most Japanese people use air fresheners, as American people use deodorants and perfumes.
With these high-tech functions, it will turn ordinary toilets into personal customizable space. For example, there are toilet papers with stories, anime characters, and pictures printed on it. This lets people use their free time in the restroom for entertainment. Therefore, many people like to stay in the restroom for a long time. They even keep books on the shelf in the restroom. This allows Japanese people to freely customize their toilets into personal space.